Can an AI write a good 40k army list? Or can it at least write a better one than me? Or we can think of this video more as how I had an AI write a 40k army list and now I worry about humanity's future. I have been to some 40k events recently and part of what I have to do was write an army list. It took time, but it was one of the most important things I could do before the event. If you get the army list right, know how to play the army, then you can do well at these events. I was making these lists while tired because I do spend quite a bit of time making videos for people on the internet. I do that? I know, right? Only shocking news here. So, what if the army lists could be done faster and better? I went to the place that has become synonymous with quick knowledge far beyond what humans can know of. I went to the mushroom circle in the woods to talk to the fairy queen. But there was this massive queue that I just could not be bothered with, despite being English. So I went back inside and used AI instead. Like the majority of people that talk about AI, I am not an expert, so inaccuracies will occur. Please do not burn me. I used a couple of AI, but the one you will have heard of is ChatGPT. The others, I don't want to get into much because rating and comparing different AI and their ethics is not what this video is about. The ones I didn't like aren't worth naming, and none of them gave me a great result, so it's not like I can recommend any of them. Not spoilers. But one of them I used was ChatGPT 4, and it gave the most video-worthy results. Some AI basically function like the predictive text function when writing a message on your phone. It generates text based on the previous words, but that means that it can quickly get waylaid by an unexpected word. Ask it for an Imperial Guard army list, and it changes to generating Greek mythology after adding a Chimera transport tank. ChatGPT was the most interesting. It gave me an army list with points and a basic explanation of how to use the army. I could modify it, remove vehicles and models I didn't have, change sub-faction to match my paint scheme, and to the untrained eye, it all looked good. Except there were problems with it. The points didn't match the most recent update. In fact, they didn't even match the points and options mentioned in the codexes. ChatGPT and other AI text generators work based on a set snapshot of the internet. Points and units were not correct to keep up with even 9th edition, never mind the January points release, or any idea about 10th edition. It initially generated a patrol detachment because that was reasonable as a detachment for early 9th edition at 1000 points. When I asked it to create an Arcs of Omen detachment, it created another patrol detachment but changed the name to suit my request. Basically, it didn't know what an Arcs of Omen detachment was, but it knew what a patrol detachment was, and it knew what an army should look like at 1000 points, so it made one of them. But it didn't fulfill the requirement of having 3 of one unit type and a HQ. It didn't know that Eldar Dire Avengers had moved from troops to elites because it didn't have access to the Codex or Points Update PDF. The army list it gave me would not have been a legal army to play in 9th edition. Arcs of Omen detachment or not, which raised more questions that I'll get into in a minute. So the AI couldn't make me a legal army list. Instead I gave it a different task, and it came up with reasons to like this video and subscribe to the channel. This is what it came out with. I won't know if it's good at this task until later on, but it's a bit scary. Then again, I'm pretty sure it has no knowledge of the existence of my channel. But it recommends my deep knowledge and understanding of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, my engaging and entertaining content, the lore, the storytelling, the community interaction, and the widely varied content. Though I don't think I've mentioned painting or modeling tips. But I agree with it. Remember, personal preferences vary, so it's a good idea to check out a few of my videos before deciding to subscribe. Okay, so text generation is out. AI image generation has improved, but only some of them, and I'm not going to get hard into AI learning ethics. They can make some funny images that are 40k related, and I've seen them used to guess and restore the gaps in old 40k art, but this is an attempt at giving me a new pendant for a redesign, the prompt being vampire-themed necklace on a plain white background. And when I tried a different generator requesting a silver and red pendant in gothic vampire style, the results were not stellar and certainly not stable. So it looks like I'm back to Blender for my 500 subscriber new model. Or maybe I'll have to just redo my whole debut and call myself a Vampank Vtuber. The issues with using AI in 40k are that new players may use it and not know how the game is played. They won't know how to make an army and won't know what is and isn't allowed because they can't find the current info source and are relying on the AI to do it for them. I only noticed that the army list generator for me didn't work as an army because I'm very knowledgeable about the game. I only knew it didn't provide up-to-date points because I recognised that the points were wrong. And once I looked at where the AI was pulling its points knowledge from, it was additions behind. Something I only know because I've been playing since 2nd edition. So now I'm worried that people will use AI for things far more important than army lists in games of 40k, if such a thing exists. No, say I was a Vtuber. Okay, not a stretch so far. Say I was buying a model rather than making it myself, and I asked an AI to come up with an ownership contract because I couldn't afford a lawyer. The AI will make something that looks like a legal contract. But someone with no legal training will think that it looks like a good legal contract, just as someone with no understanding of making armies will think that this was a good and viable army. That hypothetical VTuber, or maybe a business owner using the AI for important legal documents, could lose everything because the contract doesn't stand. The chat AI doesn't know up-to-date law. If you don't tell it to, it may default to the law of one country that may be different to your own. And because it is generating text based only on what came before, it may not even make any sense. And that is what I got with some of the other AI. So then I looked more into what these AI were. There is no consensus for what separates an AI from a machine. A debate that exists in 40k lore where AI were all banned in the Imperium, but people still use servitors, zombified humans, as workers, and the AdMech have battle robots, but they also have to be followed by someone who changes their punch cards to make them do different things. Elsewhere in the galaxy, the alien Tau use AI drones with limited intellect, and the willingly mutated leagues of Votan treat AI as equals to their own flesh relatives. Kin is kin. Back in the current year in the 3rd millennium, not the 41st or the 42nd, we have intangible ideas of what AI are. Is a self-serve checkout an AI? It takes input and generates text, but knows up-to-date costs and deals. Is a smart missile an AI because it knows where it is and where it should be, and I'm not going to do that meme. But what is an AI? In the 2nd millennium of the 1950s, 60s and 70s, there was this idea of robots, possibly nuclear powered, that would become personal assistants or home cleaners. Then we had the idea that all computing work and manual labour could be done by AI and robots, while humans could write philosophy and create art. Well, that didn't come true. The AI are making the art and we're going out to work in offices to spend hours of each day inputting text and code into files. The warehouses need people because the ones that are automated are prone to supply and organisation issues. Allegedly. So what is an AI? Well, it's a very good marketing tool. Add the words AI and people will be interested. I used it myself with this video. You may have never seen any of my shorts, videos, community posts or live streams before, or be aware that I have a Discord which is linked in the description. But just seeing the words AI piqued your interest to click on the video. That is a use for AI, and probably the one you'll have seen the most. Other than that, the AI are not going to affect how we play 40k, or revolutionise army building, not anytime soon. I have actual advice on army lists for tournaments, but AI are not very useful for that, and the frequency they pop up is just annoying. So, is this kind of AI anything new?